Setting the right color palette and using it correctly is essential. In PowerPoint, you can set a color theme that gives everything a consistent feel, allows you to adhere to your brand, and can give you the ability to assign meaning to specific colors to help your audience understand things. Check out BrightCarbon.com and search color theme for a full set of instructions on how to do this. There are a lot of things you can do with clever use of color that help you to create some particularly fancy looking slides. For example, let's create a KPI slide that's a little bit more visual than the usual bullet list or table that people typically create. What do you think of this? It's all done using simple PowerPoint shapes, but it's the use of the traffic light color system that really helps you to understand what's good and what could do with improving. Start by going to the Shapes tools on the right-hand side of the Home tab on the ribbon, finding the right-angled triangle and drawing out a long one in the area you want to show the indicator. It's always going to be a tall edge on the left, but people typically like to see the better result top right of a graphic. So select the middle white grab handle and drag it right to resize. Rather than just making it smaller, if you hold down the Control key, you'll resize the object around the center point, so that when you get beyond the center, the shape flips around and now you've got a reverse version of the shape, which is much better. Now the color. Right-click on the triangle and choose Format Shape at the bottom of the pop-up menu. This brings up the Fill Effect options, and the third option for the top is Gradient Fill. Selecting that will give you a whole load of new options, but the key is this little slider bar here, which allows you to create a gradient path that will apply to your shape. There are 3 small gradient stops on it, and you can make these any color you want. So select the one on the left and use the bucket icon drop-down menu just below it to select the first color you want. For this KPI chart, you'll likely want to choose red, and you can see how that's now changed the color of the triangle. Next, select the middle stop and change the color of that. A light orange is probably good here, and that looks pretty good to me. I like the idea of keeping the blue-green as it fits nicely with the branding rather than a normal green, but it's your choice. There are loads of options with gradients if you want. You can move the gradient stops to create different effects. Add more in, remove some, make them transparent, change the direction of the gradient, and even change the type. But in general, keep things simple. This works, so let's leave it at that. Next, draw a line under the entire thing to give you a clear base from one end to the other. And now it would be good to draw some small lines to delineate sections of the triangle. You can do as many of these as you like, but draw one and then hold down the Control key and drag your line to create a copy. 10 is usually a good number, so there's now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then select them all, go to the Home tab on the ribbon, then Arrange, then Align, and then choose Distribute horizontally to spread them into equal tenths so that it's easy to approximate a percentage. Finally, you need a marker to show your audience whereabouts on this scale you're sitting. That's another line, this time a little taller than the others. Right-click on it and choose Format Shape to bring up the line options on the bottom right, where you can increase the thickness of the line to make it stand out. 3 points seems good. And then choose an end arrow type, and a circle here looks good. And you can also choose a size for it. Let's make it the largest option. After that, you can copy your new KPI gauge a couple of times if you have several metrics to track, and also copy it to whatever deck you like. You can add labels, icons, whatever you like to make it more relevant. But at its core, it's using color to help you communicate an idea more clearly to your audience. Using color well with charts is really helpful. There's a lot of data on this slide, and as pretty and well laid out as it looks, there's nothing that's giving you any indication of what this data actually means. You can use color to help your audience understand just what's going on here. Let's say, for example, this chart is a market comparison between your company, the best one, and 2 of your closest competitors, jointly the worst companies. You can instantly show a differentiation by coloring your company's data series in your bright, bold brand blue by clicking on the relevant data bars on the chart, going to the Home tab on the ribbon, and Shape Fill on the right-hand side. Choose the color you need and it stands out rather well. You can further enhance this comparison by wrapping your competitors in shades of dowdy grey, ideally one shade for the first and a different shade for the second. It's a simple technique, but it works well to instantly set up a comparative gulf between the datasets.